essential components to thyroid healing. In this video, I will discuss the 3 essential components to healing your thyroid or hypothyroidism. In order to properly address hypothyroidism, you have to address all aspects of thyroid health and the thyroid hormone pathway, which is where a lot of people go wrong. You simply can't focus entirely on one component of thyroid health while ignoring other essential components. Your hormonal system is too interrelated and too complex to approach it that way. Many people suffering from hypothyroidism fail to get results because their treatment plan is missing the bigger and more complete picture. Balancing your thyroid requires balancing the entire pathway, not just focusing on the thyroid gland itself. And there are many aspects of thyroid health that must all be properly balanced together in order to maintain proper balance of the thyroid and the entire hormonal system. So with that said, here are 3 essential components to thyroid healing that your treatment must address, and if it doesn't, then chances are you're probably not going to get the results that you want. Number 1, you must address the entire thyroid hormone pathway. When most people think of hypothyroidism, they automatically assume that the problem is simply with the thyroid gland itself. You might even think that yourself. But what you might not realize is that there's an intricate thyroid hormone pathway that exists, and your thyroid gland is only a small piece of the entire pathway. The truth is that it doesn't matter how much thyroid hormone your gland can produce or how much thyroid hormone you supplement. If a problem develops anywhere along the pathway, then your cells can't effectively utilize that thyroid hormone, and you will continue to remain hypothyroid until you address the underlying problem or problems. For example, if your liver isn't healthy enough to properly convert inactive T4 thyroid hormone into active T3 thyroid hormone, which is what your cells need to thrive, then you're going to remain hypothyroid and your health will continue to suffer. There are many other parts of this hormone pathway that need to be addressed down to the cell level, including the cell hormone receptors themselves. So the key takeaway here is that you must address the entire thyroid hormone pathway from the thyroid gland itself, or even the pituitary gland, all the way down to the cell level. Number 2, you must address your diet. Regardless of what any doctor, practitioner, or anyone else tells you, your diet plays an integral role in the health of your thyroid, just like it does with every other area of your health. And you don't even need an elementary school education to understand this. Unfortunately, this isn't the focus of medical school training, and so when it comes to dietary recommendations, many of the doctors and medical professionals are as in the dark as you are. And as a result, sometimes they don't put enough emphasis on how important proper diet is for thyroid health. But it's well known that cells and organs require specific nutrients in order to function properly. So to ignore this or simply dismiss the idea that your diet has no effect on your thyroid function is absurd. It's like saying your car will work fine regardless of whether you put gasoline or Coca-Cola in the gas tank. It just doesn't work that way. It works the same way inside your body. Your organs require specific nutrients from your food to convert hormones into usable forms that your cells need. If you're not eating the right foods with the right nutrients, you can bet that your thyroid will be affected. Number 3, you must address other hormones that directly affect thyroid function. Correcting hypothyroidism is not as cut and dry as simply addressing thyroid hormone levels. As I mentioned previously, a lot of practitioners focus entirely on thyroid and thyroid hormone itself, and they end up failing to address other hormones that directly affect thyroid function. And as I stated in the example earlier, the overproduction of stress hormones interferes with converting hormones into the usable form that your cells need to thrive. Most people suffering with hypothyroidism overproduce stress hormones, which will throw a wrench into the entire thyroid hormone pathway and directly affect the health of your thyroid. Stress hormones are just some of the hormones that need to be properly balanced as part of this process in order to truly rebuild and rebalance your thyroid. But there are many other hormones that need to be addressed as well. And only the best practitioners understand that it's essential to address all these additional hormones in the healing process. Otherwise, these hormones are going to continue to create roadblocks and ruin any effort that you make to regain control of your thyroid and your life. If you'd like to learn more about safe and natural ways of overcoming hypothyroidism, and these are ways that don't default to spending the rest of your life tied to taking prescriptions or the cut first and ask questions later method, then I invite you to check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a free presentation where you can learn exactly what people with hypothyroidism are already using to help them stop it directly at the source and take back their lives. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If so, please consider leaving a thumbs up and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.